Well, when my great-grandfather opened the restaurant, it was a place for the locals that were walking to the factories. There were over 180 factories, 24 hours a day. The restaurant was open. And so they would stop by to grab something quick to eat and maybe a beer or two. And so over the years, it was Ybor City was a vibrant area. People lived here, they shopped here, they worked here, they played here. 1935, the Great Depression, my grandfather, with a handshake, borrowed $30,000 to build the first air-conditioned dining room, complete with a dance floor where men could bring the women to try to celebrate life. Back then, women really weren't allowed to go out. So it was being an entrepreneur back in those days to have the first air-conditioned dining room. So what I've learned through history is that history does repeat itself, the good and the bad, and to learn from the bad. So what happened when the urban renewal came in the 50s and tore out all the homes and relocated the people to the suburbs? That was the demise of Ybor City's renewal. All the department stores, all the markets, the small restaurants and cafes, they all closed one by one until we were the last remaining business. So what my father brought to the business was his showmanship. And they built a new dining room called the Bonnet in 1958. Took a lot of courage to do that. And they would actually broadcast television show on WFLA, Channel 8, out of that area. It was a way to try to bring in people, but it was a way to bring in tourists as well. Because we found out in the 60s, people were afraid to come into the area. They felt it was crime-ridden, so it was very difficult. So over the years, we've had to find different ways. In 1979, the restaurant was a union restaurant from 1936 till 2002. And I opened a non-union restaurant within a union restaurant, complete with a jazz room, to try to attract young people from the Tampa area, the South Tampa area. And it was a huge success.
You know how you always see online, people that interview individuals that live over 100, right? And they always ask them, what's the secret to living over 100? So I got to ask you, and you've alluded to it throughout our conversation, but just to, summarize it, what is the secret to having a restaurant sustain over 100 years?
You have to care. You have to treat it like it's your child. You have to feed it. You have to nurture it. Make sure that it's taken care of every day, and that you teach the next generation the importance of making that commitment, of caring about the people that are part of your family that make everything possible, caring about your community, giving back to it. When you take care of business, you take care of the community, you take care of family. Well, it's amazing. Everybody comes together to support one another.